Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your JAYFLIGHT SLX 224BH travel trailer. Big cute little trailer here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to take into consideration is where your water and power hookups are. Your water is going to be on the off camp side, toward the rear by your tires, and then your power is going to hook up off the back of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. First thing you do after unhooking your hitch work is level your unit. I do recommend getting those stick on level, putting on the side of the unit right in the middle, then you know when your unit's level. Got this power tongue jack with a docking light. Simply lower or raise the unit until you're level. Now, should you lose power, you do have a manual override right underneath this rubber stopper for this hand crank, and this will crank up and down pretty easy with this. Once you got your unit level, next thing you're gonna do is stabilize your unit. On all four corners you have stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch socket. Simply set that on there and run these down. You can use an impact driver or drill gun. Just remember, slow down when you get to the bottom, because you don't want to raise the unit. Once you got your unit level, you're only going to use these to stabilize them. I recommend stabilizing jacks. Stabilizing jacks are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks. Jack pads, excuse me, are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight and keep these from sinking. So run all four of these down on all four corners. Again, just taunt. Come back around and make sure that all of them are nice and tight. You haven't lost your levelness. Once you got your unit level and stable, we'll go ahead and hook up our power and water. Starting with your power, your 30 amp cord conveniently stores right inside your unit. Just push it in back in here when you're done. At the end of that 30 amp service, if you need to plug in at home, we do have a 30 to 15 amp 110 for at home. Hook your power up, let's hook your water up. Come to your city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different parks. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. We're going to go around and find your hot water heater right here by your power. All we're doing at this point, just making sure our drain plug's back on. Get that on there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Go as far away from this as you can and turn on hot water inside. Once you start getting some water flowing out of there, you know this is full and you can light it from inside. Now let's say we're not going to be using city water. We're going to use potable water. Your potable water tank is going to be over on your campsite. So you don't need a water pressure regulator for this. You can simply fill it with a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One is your overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks. Just hold your fresh water button down and you can tell when this is full. Just remember, use your water pump when using potable water. Don't turn your water pump on when using city water. It's already pressurized. Got our water and everything hooked up. Let's go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Just to the left of that potable water is your furnace heat release. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather hot. Down here's a low point drain for your potable water. A clip for a television bracket, cable in 110 out here. This is a vent for your microwave. Coming to the back of the unit to your outdoor kitchen area. It stays up with a magnet. Simply pull this out. You have this quick connect cord here. Simply connect right up underneath here, and then right there to your propane. Coming around the back of the unit is your ladder to go up and check your seams. Go up there about twice a year, caulk as needed. Unit's also prepped for a Furion backup camera. It's a device that you purchase from our store. It sits on the dash of the tow vehicle, allowing you to electronically communicate with this device, giving you a backup camera. Spare tire with a cover. Coming over to your off camp side, this is where you plug your cable or satellite at the park. Outdoor shower, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Again, your city water connect. Your low point drain for when you're hooked up to city. And then your black and gray dump tanks. Here's your pass-through storage. Your stabilizing jacks. There's a cover for your propane tanks. Speaking of your propane, they do have a regulator on them. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open. Check your battery posts now and then. Make sure that them haven't wiggled loose over time. Again, your power tongue jack. Stabilizing jacks from this side, and your pass-through storage over here. Big awning with LED light. Run that awning out and show you how far to run that out. The new Solera speakers that are actually in the end of the awning, which is great. It points down toward your campsite instead of out at everyone else. So coming up into your nice clean unit here, first thing I want you to notice is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Down here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. Now the reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down if you're not plugged in. Over here on the wall, 110. This is your awning in and out. I'll run that out real quick for you. Here's your interior and exterior lighting. So here's where you check your tanks. Here's your brand new battery. Here's the fresh water button that you can hold down and tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks, keep an eye on them. Down here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Water heater hooked up to gas, water heater hooked up to electric. I'm going to show you the awning. You're only going to want to run that until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. And you know you're out far enough. Coming inside here is your self-explanatory microwave. Your hood vent here does have a light and fan. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn on your panel light here. You'll see when you turn on your gas, it'll change from blue to red. Hit your spark and there's your flames. Same thing down here on your oven. There's also an oven light if you click this down. Turn it on here to light. And then turn it on here. No pilot light below anymore. Coming down below your oven is your access panel to your fuses and breaker box. So you got 15s, a 30, and a 40 in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Next, over here to your Nordic Cold fridge. Hold this button in for 5 seconds. And it'll turn on. Let me turn on one of these bunk lights so we can see what we're doing here. So whatever is white is what you're controlling. So right now the white is on the freezer. We're at 5. Come over here to the fridge, down to 3. And down here is a night mode. It tells the fridge I'm not going to be opening and closing a lot. Reduce my energy intake. Hold back down for a couple seconds to shut off. USB ports up here in the bunk area. Of course, like I said, individual lighting. A lot of that individual lighting throughout the unit. Over here on the wall is your thermostat. Change the mode from fan to cool. Wait for that air to kick on. There's air conditioning. Change it to furnace. Air conditioning off. Furnace kicked on and back to off. Over here you can change the temperature and change the fan levels. In your bathroom, one thing I want to mention in here is this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. Come back out of the unit. Over here on the wall is your IRV sound technology sound system. Hold it in to turn it on. Hit AM, FM. Hit scan. We'll be lucky to pick up any channels indoors here. But your music indoors, shut that off, and you can play it outdoors. Disc. Here's different modes: Bluetooth, TV, audio. Hold that, touch that, it becomes mute. Hold it in, and it shuts it off. Speaking of TV, here's where you can mount a TV at. And this will simply click right off here and go and snap on one that's outdoors. So you can use the same TV in here as out there. Here's where you're wired for solar. So if you ever decide to get this all the way wired for solar, here's where the template's at for the techs. This light down here is this blue accent light up here. And of course your underbed storage, accessible from out there with the hydraulic jacks. You have this curtain that'll pull all the way around here. A little privacy. Well, that about covers everything in here. Show you how I like to close up a unit. Shut off the interior lights. Now I can see all the individual lighting that I need to go through and shut off. Let me do that real quick. Put all of our lights off. Let's go outside. Close an exterior door. These steps, you need this door to be all the way open, otherwise this will catch on the steps. Simply lift it up into the unit, pull this back and lock that in. Lock and deadbolt your door. Close this over. If we're using potable water, we're going to go ahead and dump that low point drain. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook any cable. Unhook our water. Come over here to your hot water heater and lift up on this. Leave that up like that and that'll drain your hot water. Once it's done draining, be sure to snap that back down or your door won't close. Then you can remove your drain plug and close your hot water heater. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you take a 10-foot sewage hose, come in your convenience pack and hook that up. First thing you're going to pull is your black holding tank. That's going to be the black handle on the right hand side. You're going to let that drain until it sounds like it's no longer draining. Leave your black handle open. Come up here to your black tank flush. Again, with your water pressure regulator, hook the hose up at the dump station. Turn it on and let it run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to go ahead and wash out the nastiness out of your black tank. Unhook your hose, close your black tank, and pull your gray tank. You can also dump these low point drains. That's going to be cleaner water coming from the gray. It's going to clean your sewage hose out. You're going to come to the back of the unit, squeeze and pull. Sometimes these come off easier than others. And I have no fingernails, but this is conveniently stored right inside your bumper. Again, we thank you so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.